Yeah, graphic paper demand does differ by grade and type. At the moment, we are seeing an accelerated rate of demand reduction. It has to do with a few elements or few factors that I'm not going to go into the details on the shortness of the answer that I have at the moment. But yeah, demand destocking, consumers stopping new orders because of the high levels of stocks on paper are definitely accelerating the speed of demand reductions at the moment. And it seems like demand for coated papers is taking a bigger hit at the moment, but overall they are all declining above the historical average that we have seen prior to the pandemic. Yeah, managing capacity in a global declining demand, not an easy situation, not an easy option. We have only a couple of alternatives out there, and companies have only a couple of alternatives, including the closure of the mills, which is never an easy way to go or a pleasant way to go. But you have also the option of conversion to other grades. The challenges behind conversions is that the machines that were better suited for that alternative have already gone that path in the past. The ones that are available for conversion now, you have to think about a few additional items that perhaps were not there in the criteria before, such as the energy integration that these mills will have. And of course, with the energy situation as we see it in Europe, although at the moment is a bit more calmer than it was, let's say, in the third quarter of 22, we might see the evolution of this situation going backwards again. We can see energy prices going up again, and the integration of these mills to electricity and to energy generation will be very important to consider them for conversions. Also, the markets where these machines are going into have their own supply and demand balances that need to be taken into account when taking the decision for a conversion. Graphic paper prices are high at the moment because of a couple of factors, and actually we have to go back a few months or actually a bit about a year to understand why prices are so high at the moment. And it has to do with supply and demand, it has to do with the trends in costs. Back in the beginning of 21, we were seeing a rebound in the European consumption of paper, and together with that we were seeing a lot of capacity being removed from the market. So that really created a tightness in the market that continued all the way to the first half of 22, when we had a few strikes in the northern of Europe. So all of that created very high operating rates, a feel of scarcity on the paper supply that created a good momentum for prices to go up. If you put that together with the trends in production costs that were going up since the beginning of 21, you end up with the situation that we have at the moment. The new normal for graphic paper industry would look very similar to what we have now, with certain differences, but we definitely are going to go back to a state of structural decline in demand. Perhaps the structural decline will not be as fast as what we are seeing in 23 and 24, but we're definitely going to go into that route. With the global graphic industry going into oversupply as well in the coming years, capacity management will be key to keep the balances in the European market as well. So the new normal will also involve capacity rationalization from the producer's point of view. The cost competitiveness in Europe is also going to be something that we will need to take into account into the new normal, because there are certain elements that are behind the European production landscape that might reduce or might put in danger the competitiveness that European producers have enjoyed for a few years before.